Here's to a year of growth, impact, and unforgettable moments. From serving the community to building lasting friendships, the Leo Club of IIT made every step count. As we look back, let's celebrate the passion, dedication, and unity that drove us forward. Here's to the memories we created and the milestones we achieved together. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey. Let's continue to lead, inspire, and make a difference in the year ahead.
Hello everyone, I hope I'm audible. We'll be starting soon in 5 minutes. So thank you so much for your patience. Just in 5 minutes, we'll be starting with the webinar. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, yes. So, good evening, everyone. I am Leo Godbole. I'm president of Leo Club of Panvel, and I welcome you all for Global Leo Leadathon 2.0. First of all, thank you so much for taking out your time and being here for this session. Global Leo Leadathon was an idea conceptualized to bring Leo leaders across the world together on one platform so they can share their ideas and help each other to become a leader. We started with our first webinar in the month of September with Leo Club of IIT in Sri Lanka, and now we are happy to announce that in this family of Global Leo Leadathon, one more Leo Club has joined us, that is Leo Club of Egerton University from Kenya. Today's session is not just going to be a session where you will be understanding more about the Leo movement, but rather it would be an opportunity for all of you to understand yourself and the consequences that come in your life, how to face them, how to manage your time, your um finances, and eventually become a leader, not just in Leo, but in your life. So I welcome you all to Global Leo Leadathon 2.0, and I hope that you guys enjoy each and every bit of it. So brace yourself for the session, and now let's start with it. So, first of all, we would like to call upon our first speaker for the session, Leo Mayweather. He is the district president of Leo District 411A. And today he's going to talk about the mastering the art of delegation. But before we start, I would like to call upon Leo Faith for a brief introduction of our speaker. Leo Faith, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you can
Hello?
start with the
Yes.
introduction.
Okay, thank you so much for the warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce an exceptional leader in the Leo and Lions community. Rogers Ostieno has served as a club president of Zitech University, charter president of Leo Club of Nairobi Riverside, vice president of District 411A, which encompasses Kenya, Ethiopia, and Seychelles, and currently he is the district president of Leo District 411A, Kenya, Ethiopia, Seychelles. And beyond Lionism, he is also an advocate for personal development, and he has been able to graduate in the Emerging Lions Leadership Institute the previous month. And also, beyond service, Rogers is the founder of Sarami Event and is recognized as the best founder of the year at Foya Awards 2024. Rogers Mayweather, the floor is yours. Rogers, you're here with us?
Hello, am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes, you
Yes, yes,
are.
you're audible.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. My microphone was on mute. So it's truly an honor to be here for this season 2 of this informative event. And I'm glad to be the speaker, one of the speakers for this event. So as you've heard, my name is Leo Rogers Mayweather. I do come from Kenya. I reside in Nairobi currently, and I am the president of the District 411A, which comprises of Kenya, Ethiopia, Seychelles. I'm in the multiple district of 411, joining the other districts that we're in the same together. That is the District 411B, Uganda, and 411C, Tanzania. I was born in a small county in Kenya called Busia. It's at the farthest border of Kenya and Uganda. Be taking you through the mastering the art of delegation today. So can I present my PowerPoint?
Yeah, Senut, if you can just make him the host.
Yeah, you can share your PowerPoint.
Okay, it's actually in PDF. Let me just put it up in a few. Okay, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'll be taking you through mastering the art of delegation. I prepared a small presentation just to help guide this topic as I'll be doing it. So that is me. My name is Otseno Rogers, as I've said. I'm the Leo District President. I'm the founder of Sarami Events as well. So straight into it. Just a minute, it has disappeared. Okay, is it visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Okay, so I'm going to start it here with the do-it-all trap. It's normally said that one can think that can be able to do everything, but it's really impossible for them to do that. So there's something I researched called the superhero syndrome. All of us know about the superhero, I think, when we were growing up. I don't know if most of you watched cartoons about superheroes or what, but when I was growing up, I had my favorite cartoon as well called the Spider-Man. I don't know if most of you watched it, but that used to be my favorite cartoon. And I used to know that Superman could be able to save the world. He can be able to do a lot of things when people get stuck in buildings or whatever. So I think a majority of us have got our own superheroes that we see, either our dads, our parents, people that we admire that we've never met, or people that we have ever met. It depends. So there's the superhero syndrome, which many leaders believe they must handle every detail to ensure quality, which leads to burnout and stifles growth. So yeah, a lot of leaders might think that eventually they can be able to do everything, of which is very impossible, because you'll end up thinking, overthinking, trying to think how this thing is going to go through. And at the end of it all, you're going to have a burnout. So today somebody told me that they feel like I normally do a lot of things on my own. I don't know if that is true. And somebody else once also told me that I rarely delegate. So those were 2 point of views from two different people. So it's the thing that people will always say in different ways, because the first person told me they rarely see me delegating. Another person literally told me that I don't delegate in a way, that I do a lot of things on my own. So I literally don't know where I stand for, but it's always good to try and share out these things out to avoid burnouts, because the burnout thing can really cause a lot of complications. You get tired, you don't think, you don't do a lot of things. So a lot of things get stuck behind. So you also have the bottleneck reality. This is when you try to do everything, you become the limit on your team's success. True leadership is about enablement, not control. So it's always good, we as leaders will find ways that we need to share it with our team to be able to help us achieve our projects and our anything that we want to do as Leos, or even if it's not even in Leodism, we might be able to see that some of the leaders, they are leaders elsewhere, maybe in companies, maybe in school. So sometimes just by delegating things, you'll be able to move forward, and you'll be able to have fresh minds. People will be able to help you reason out, and most of the things are going to go through. So this is one very important thing I came to see. Delegation is not dumping work. You delegate somebody and you follow it up, like not in a way that you just delegate and you disappear, other people do the work and then you come back seeing if it happened or not. So when you delegate, follow up, see where the people have delegated the work, if they're stuck, if they're ongoing, so that you can be able to go well. So delegation is not dumping work, it is unlocking capacity. It is the leader's greatest multiplier. I want you all to note that it is the leader's greatest multiplier. That is very key and very important for that matter. So the mindset shift, I have some few here, the myths and the truth about how this works. So these are the myths. I can do it faster myself. Some people do believe they can. Others think like, yes, I can be able to do it faster myself and things will be able to go well that way. So the truth is delegation is an investment that saves times later. So yeah, literally you can't be able to do everything on your own. So by having some helping hands, you'll be able to achieve more. I lose control of the outcome. That is a myth. It builds trust and stronger team bonds. So if you work together as a team, yes, it builds trust and bonds. My team isn't ready for this responsibility. It is the primary tool for skill development. That is the truth. It takes too long to explain the myth. It frees you for strategic thinking, which is very important because might be able to find that you're doing a thing alone, you'll think a lot, you'll have burnouts, just trying to think one solution, in which if you are doing the same with the team, you can be able to get someone from within the team who can be able to be having a solution for that. Okay, into the next thing, the 5-step framework. This is a roadmap to effective leadership because I believe I'm speaking to current leaders and future leaders in Leoism and other aspects of work. So on the 5-step framework, we have the step 1, define and select. That is the what. You see, so what we do, identify tasks that are routine, recurring, or offer a learning opportunity. Avoid delegating confidential or crisis management tasks. So yeah, I hope all of you understand this point here. Yes, you can be able to delegate, but we as leaders, let's try to avoid delegating the confidential things or the crisis management tasks. There's some things that we as leaders, you cannot delegate. You'll have to do it on your own. So you'll have to think it on your own. And there are those that can be able to be delegated out to the team to assist. So yes, so the who, don't just pick who is free. Match the task to a team member's strengths, development goals, and potential. Ask who will grow from this. So yeah, you don't just pick whoever is just because you are in a meeting and say that now you'll be able to do this. No, you can be able and see if this person A is very good in speaking out, they can be able to present information to the member that is good. If person C is very good in maybe probably reaching out to people at individual levels or communicating to people, you delegate them whatever fits them or whichever they do best according to their strengths. So that is step 1, define and select. Step 2, communicate expectations. Of course, each and every time when you do something, there's an expectation of what I am delegating this work to you. I'm expecting probably before the end of the day, we should be here and doing this before the end of the month or before the end of, it depends on the time period that you're working with. So step 2, communicate expectations. That is the what. Clearly articulate the specific objective and the expected outcome. What does or done look like? So this is very important, the what. When you are actually delegating, you make sure that you specify and you clearly articulate the specific objective of what I am delegating this thing as to you, person C, and expect you to deliver this, and these are your roles. So you make sure you be very specific on whatever you are saying regards to that. So we have the when. Set a clear, realistic deadline, the same way I've just mentioned. If you're supposed to run a certain project or you're doing something, so if you're having an event next weekend and you need some things, probably we need the funds, that is a budget, or we need transportation. So we communicate like, yes, this is what we need, and within this specific time of that specific period of time. So the one is very important. That is, set a clear, realistic deadline. So ambiguity breeds procrastination and missed targets. So be very, mark these ones very clearly. If we do it things ambiguously, we're going to miss our targets. So yes. And then you have the why. Connect the task to the bigger picture. Explain how this helps the district or the project succeed. So that is very important as well, the why. When explaining now the things, you connect why we need to do these things to make sure that this project succeeds. So that is also very important. So on to step 3, we empower. Let's say, for example, you as a leader and those people that are beyond you, below you, the ones that you are leading or your subordinates, you empower them. I think I chose this photo here because in lions and leos, we normally use it during handing over of power. So of course, being a leader in one way or the other, we might be able to leave office no matter what, and the other person will take power. So we need to empower them so that whenever they reach our positions, they'll be able to like lead even more better than what we did. So that is a responsibility plus authority. So delegation fails when you give responsibility without the power to make decisions. You must transfer both. You see, for example, like I now tell someone that we are having a football tournament tomorrow. No, let me use something bigger. Let's say we're having a movie night. And then now I appoint someone, let's say person B, to be in charge of it. And I don't give them the authority to do that. I'm just delegating them, but I'm not giving them the power to make decisions. Even the members that have been told to do the same, they won't be hearing, like they won't listen. They'll be telling themselves, I'm listening to this person as who? Because you haven't given them the power to make the decisions or the power to lead. So when you delegate, we give them the responsibility plus the authority to do this, be able to communicate and inform members of the same. You can also define boundaries so that they be able to know their boundaries. They shouldn't pass some certain limits. Yeah, so be clear about the limits. For example, you can decide on the menu, but the budget is capped at 50,000. So that is just an example used. So when you are delegating, define boundaries that the people that you're delegating to, they shouldn't be able to pass some certain boundaries for that matter. So step 4, that is the monitor and support. So avoid micromanagement, that is focus on the results, not the method. People, we normally have different people using different methods to do things. So sometimes I am that person that believes that as long as the results are achieved, no matter what the method is, and I'm sure people might disagree with maybe my methods as a person, but I believe as long as we want this result, so different people have got different methods. Let everybody use their own methods as long as we are going to achieve one specific goal to the end of it all. So yeah, focus on the results, not the method. Trust your team to find their own path to the solutions, which is very true. Set checkpoints, that is agree on milestones beforehand. Let's touch base on Friday to see how the planning is going. So yeah, so that is how you set the checkpoints. We are having an event next weekend. Let's meet on Wednesday. See how far we have gone through these things. How many numbers do we have? How many people have already paid? So yeah, be a resource. Make it known that you're available for guidance. Yes, to those people that are empowering, those people that we're delegating work to, if they're not that good as you as the leader, you be resourceful to them. If they come for help, be able to assist here and there so they can be able to run a very successful team. And step 5, feedback and recognition. So yeah, that is, we'll start by this close the loop. Always debrief, provide constructive feedback on what worked and what could be improved for next time. So yeah, so after planning the whole event and now it has taken place, and now you sit back and see where were the setbacks, where did it go wrong, where did it go good. So you decide so that next time when you're planning something else, things can be able to be better and go on well. So always debrief after an event or any project or anything. Provide constructive feedback on what worked and what could be improved for next time. Very importantly, always celebrate wins. That encourages members and people to be able to at least next time work harder for that. So public recognition is vital, especially in volunteer movements like Leo's. Acknowledge their success to boost morale and encourage future leadership. very important. So I had something here called the ROI of delegation. Let me just try to go faster because of time. So we have the strategic advantage. So I did my research here and I found that according to Gallup, CEOs who excel at delegating generate 33% higher revenue. So not those people that just work. They believe that, yes, I'm a CEO, I do this, I can just be able to do all these things on my own. No. So according to the research that was done, that is by Gallup, CEOs who excel at delegating generate 33% higher revenue. So that is the truth. So it encourages us to be able to delegate for efficiency, for work to be able to be done. So in the context of service, this translates to more impact, larger projects, and a stronger legacy. So I'm almost there, the ultimate goal. So a great leader isn't measured by how many people they lead, but by how many leaders they create. So I hope you can be able to note this down as well. I found this quote somewhere, I've just forgotten it was said by who. But yeah, and I saw it very impactful. That is the ultimate goal. A great leader isn't measured by how many people they lead, but by how many leaders they can create. Creating the future leaders, that is something very important, because today I might be able to be the leader, tomorrow the district will need more people for that. So it's not how many people I lead or how many people I try to make them follow my direction or whatever, but it is the thing is how many leaders am I creating for future use. That should be the biggest goal of us all. So yes, that is all for my presentation, and thank you. That is me again, Leo Rogers. I'm the Leo District President, and I run a company, Saram Events. Thank you so much. Time for questions.
Thank you so much, Leo Rogers. Your words have truly left a mark on all of us. As you aptly talked about the superhero syndrome, I guess being a Leo in itself is something that we feel like we're superheroes. But guess what? Every superhero has his or her own universe, whether it be Marvel or DC. So, and it's always about the team. And thank you so much all for enlightening us about the art of mastering delegation. Now the forum is open for question and answers. If anyone has any questions, you may ask.
Would be done.
Sorry, hello. You weren't audible. Can you please repeat your question?
Okay, if there's no questions, either I was a bad presenter or I was
Actually, no,
either
no.
present.
There is a question. Actually, I think she's not audible. It's in a chat. 1 second. Yeah, so she's asking as you said that you should avoid delegating stuff in crisis. So when there is a moment of crisis, you need to delegate. You need someone by your side. So what to do at that point?
Sorry, please repeat.
The question is, we should avoid delegating in crisis, but during crisis, we really need someone by our side to help us. So, what should we do in such situations?
Okay, so as I said on that point, it depends. I said confidential information. So yeah, we can be in crisis, yes, and you need to delegate. There's some other things that are confidential. And of course, there's that team that you trust because let's say you as the president, you are leading a group, but you don't feel that comfortable delegating some important things that you just need either you do or the closest person to you who can be able to assist you in these things. Because you'll find, let me give an example of a company. Like you can be in a company, but you find that not everyone actually wants you to prosper. People will want your positions and whatever. So if there's a crisis, for example, you don't just go delegating to whoever you feel like. You find the closest people to you, people that you trust, that if you need help in solving some certain thing, they can be able to do that. So just what I can be able to advise on that question is just find the person that you really trust. Or if you feel like there's nothing you trust for that specific matter, it depends on the weight of the matter, just do it on your own and find a solution for that. So yes.
Thank you so much, Leo Rogers. We really are enlightened by your webinar today, and this is a small token of appreciation from our side. If you may just turn on your video so that we can present it to you. Just a second. Senut, can you please share the token of appreciation? Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll just take one picture and uh, Senut, if it's possible, please take a picture.
Yeah, can do.
Yeah, yeah. Thank Thank you so much, Rogers. As we move ahead in this webinar, now it's time for some money talk. Now I call upon Leo Lion CA Akshay Ladge, immediate past multiple district president of Leo multiple 3231. Hello, am I audible? Okay,
Yes, you are.
so yeah. So thank you so much, Leo Rogers. Now let's move ahead in this webinar. It's time for some money talks. Now I call upon Leo Lion CA Akshay Ladge, immediate past multiple district president of Leo multiple 3231, to talk about the topic financial literacy leadership tool. But before that, I would like to call upon Leo Atharva Desai to give a brief introduction about Leo Lion as C. Akshay Ladge.
Am I audible?
Yes, Atharva, you're audible.
Yeah, it's a great honor to introduce Leo Line C. Axel to this today's Global Leo Leadathon. Akshay Ladge is a chartered accountant and investment banker whose 12-year journey in the Leo Lions movement reflects extraordinary leadership and commitment to service. Beginning in the 2012 as a charter member of Leo Club of Thane North Star, he went on to serve as club secretary and later club president, spearheading major initiatives, including the Cerebral Palsy Day celebration at Viviana Mall and screening of I Am Kalam for 7,000 students. As zone chairperson in 2016-17, he led impactful projects like Relieve the Hunger, benefiting 800 Adivasi, that is, the indigenous children. At the district level, he has held all four key positions: district secretary, treasurer, vice president, and president, earning the best award for each. His tenure as district president saw the addition of seven new clubs and 50% surge in membership, along with eight multiple level awards. He also introduced the innovative leadership event Leo Boot Camp and organized a unique entertainment and business fair for Leos. Akshay is the only Leo Lion to graduate from both ALLI and FDI and played a pivotal role in the first ever GATT conclave for Leos in 2022-23. Internationally, he has represented India in the youth exchange program across Norway, Austria, and Portugal, later serving as the country ambassador at the Leo Europa Forum. Currently a member of Lions Club of Thane North Star and treasurer on the board, Akshay is also a fitness and sports enthusiast who has represented at the district level in professional cricket and completed multiple marathons. He is the son of multiple district chairperson of Lions Multiple 3231, Lion Manish Ladge and Lion Seema Ladge, and brother to Leo Lion Vivek Ladge. We welcome you, Leo Lion CA Akshay. The platform is all yours.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Atharva, for introducing me to the wonderful Leos that have gathered on this webinar at the Leo Leadathon event organized by the very amazing three clubs across India, Sri Lanka, and Kenya. I extend a big gratitude to Leo Club of Panvel for inviting me and having me here among you all for the very exciting session that we are going to have forward. So, firstly, just to confirm, am I audible properly?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Okay, amazing. So, well, I have two requests. One, if possible, I would appreciate if the chat box could be open up for all participants so that it could help me interact with them. So that I could also see their responses as and when it comes on the chat box. So that will be helpful for me if it's possible. Or else I would want the host to read out the responses for me. And second, I would be wanting to share my screen. So just a minute if I'm able to. Yeah, I'm able to. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Uh, yes, it's visible.
Okay, perfect. So, firstly, I have a very simple question to each one of you present in this webinar. Well, before we straight jump into the topic of financial literacy and important leadership tool, I have a simple question. Can you all think where did you spend your last, say, 500 rupees or a 1500 Sri Lankan rupees or an equivalent amount in the Kenya currency? Can you all think where did you spend your last 500 or 1500? Do we have responses in the chat box? I'm not able to see the. Okay, I'm not able to see the chat box, but uh, did you all spend it on food? Yeah, Jeet has written to me on food. Okay. How many of you, spend that last money on Swiggy? Because I understand Swiggy is there in India, in Sri Lanka, both. How many of you spend that money on Swiggy ordering yummy, delicious food? Well, how many of you spend that money on traveling by a cab? Okay, Litera says traveling back home. Okay, amazing. How many of you spent that money on your fuel? Well, how many of you spend that money on shopping? Come on, I think I can really say most of us love shopping. So I see common answers to be food, then shopping, traveling, correct? Now tell me, do you think, oh, someone wrote me spent on their girlfriend? Wow, that's even more uh, a great thing to hear, like spending on girlfriend. Well, this definitely you have to. But tell me, did this money build you? Did this spending of 500 or 1500 build yourself? Or did this money leave you? What do you think? You think this money has helped you build yourself, or you have just let this money go? Well, it's an important question to ask ourselves, like in our daily life, in our day-to-day activities. Are we letting our money go, or are we allowing our money to grow ourselves? That is a very important question. And why I say that? Because just like we always say the most precious thing that we have in life is time. But similar to time, money works the same way. We all have that same time. We all have 24 hours in a day to spend. And just like how time just passes away, similarly, money also just leaves us. So if we don't plan our spending, if we don't plan how our money flows, it is just going to vanish. It is going to just disappear. I can think of my first salary, first my income. I earned, say, around 10,000, and it just vanished in 10 days. While I had 30 days to survive on that money, it was no more with me in 10 days itself. And that's where it struck me that how money just flows and vanishes away. And that's where it brings to me to the next point. How do you all think money flows? Can anyone tell me how does money flows? You know, if you talk about yourself, how the money flows in your hand. What does it happen? First, you get money, right? So that's where by doing some work, by doing freelancing, by doing internships, we earn income. And what do we do next with that? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, we spend. We spend for our daily purpose. And then what? Then what? What do we do next? So we earn money, we spend money. Well, someone mentioned you keep aside, you save, right? You save. But do you think, are you able to save enough? Are you able to match your spendings that you need throughout a month? Well, again, that's a question to ask yourself. If you're not able to save, that means you're always going to be on short of money. And when you're going to be on short of money, what do you do? When you do not have enough money, what do you do? What do you do? You go to your parents and you borrow money, right? And what happens when the borrowed money you spend and you do not return? If borrowed money you're not able to return, what happens next? You go into debt. You get a lot of stress. You lose your happiness. And that's what happens. That's how money is flowing in our hands on day-to-day basis right now. But how should a money actually flow? Just a minute. So how should the money actually flow? That when you receive income, you actually save, spend, but more importantly, you invest. Only if you're able to save money and invest them at the right place, you will be able to grow your money. And when you grow money, you're able to achieve financial freedom. And that's what we are going to learn a little basic about, how you're able to have this smart flow of money in your hand that will help you get a lot of financial discipline and eventually get you financial freedom. Well, before that, let us come to the two important laws that rule the money. How many of you know about compounding? You know, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is today a billionaire, the most, one of the richest people, the someone who started investing early. Can anyone tell me when did Warren Buffett started investing? Doesn't even know that. He started investing at the age of 11 years. And he made sure that since that age of 11, he started investing even a smaller amount that he had. And what did happen? At the age of 56, he was a billionaire. He had created his wealth that was $1 billion. And today, as we speak, his net worth is almost more than $160 billion. Imagine the wealth that he has created just because he started investing early. And that's how compounding works. It's all about you invest your money in such a way that that money should help you earn more money. So if to explain you, if you invest your 1000 per month right from the age of 20, and that every 1000 earns you 12% money every year, and that 12% again adds up to your 1000, and that entire money earns more 12% next year. So by this calculation, by the age of 30, your value would be almost 1 crore rupees or respective currency. But at the same time, if you start investing 1000 per month at the age of 30, then your money would be just 35 lakhs. So this is where the power of compounding comes into picture. The earlier you start investing money, by the age of 60, when you are willing to retire and have financial freedom, you will be at a much higher money and value and wealth that you would have created. But along with that, there is something that you really need to understand is inflation. We all know 5 years ago a chocolate costed 10 bucks, and today that same chocolate costs us 20. What do you think happened? Did the chocolate start tasting better? Or did they do something different with the chocolate? No, it's the same chocolate that is today costing the double after 5 years. And that is where inflation works. That is how inflation works. Money is just a paper, a currency is just a paper. It holds no value. The only value it holds is what you can buy from it. And as and when going forward, everything that you're buying with money gets more expensive. The true money in its currency, in its number, values lesser. The value of it goes down. So you will always need that 100 rupees need to become 200 after 5 years so that you are able to beat this inflation, so that you can buy that same thing that you were able to buy at 100 rupees 5 years back. And that is how inflation works. So you need to always beat inflation, and you need to always earn money more than the inflation so that you are actually creating your wealth. Now let's talk about, we learned about that money is important. We need to save money, we need to invest money. But how will you do that? We all have our limited income. And that's where planning comes in important role. And how do you go about planning your money is simply budgeting it. And the simple and the most effective formula for budgeting, for planning your money is 50-30-20 rule. Now, what is 50-30-20? 50% of the money should always be kept aside for your needs. Now, by needs, what do we mean? It's all your essentials. It could be the daily food, groceries that you need, basically your utilities that you need to pay for your electricity, or you need to pay for your other charges that that you require on a daily basis, for your basic transportation, right from bus or any other mode that you have. And some people might also want, have to pay rent. So these are the basic needs that 50% of your income should be able to cover it. 30% you should allocate for your wants. Now you must be wondering, what is the difference between need and a want? It's very simple. You have an iPhone to buy. You want to buy a phone. Now you have two options. Whether you buy a phone that can help you write a message, that can help you make a call, that can help you go on an Instagram and post and like and share. For that, for all of these three things, any other phone that costs 7,000 can do it. But you wanting an iPhone is not a need, it's a want, where you want something more than your need. And that's where 30% needs to be allocated for such kind of expenditure. And the balance 20% is very important, that you need to save. 20% of your income, you need to first keep the 20% aside and then utilize your 80%. So remember, whenever you have income, first save that 20% and invest it, so that that 20% will always keep on growing. Now, you must be thinking, how do you go about deciding what you should spend on and what you should not? A simple formula, the 30-second rule. Every time you need to go buy something, just ask yourself, will I need this thing after 30 seconds or not? You're going and spending on food in a restaurant, just ask, do you really need to eat this food at this time? Because after 30 seconds, you have no use of it. You're buying, say, an expensive, shoes, which you're going to just wear it once. You need to ask yourself, do you need to buy this expensive shoes, or you should buy a shoes that you can wear throughout different seasons? And that's where you become smart with spending. So you can make better decision of, spending that you're 80%, and that you are never, and then so that you're never short of the money. The next is, we learned that it is very important that you all start investing at an early age. Now, what are the options that we have to invest? At your age, I also started earning small amount, but I made that right decision of investing small, because it's not about big amount or small amount. It's about starting with small, but investing every time consistently. So these are different options that you can spend your money, or I would say invest your money. One is fixed deposits. Second is mutual fund SIPs. Third is equity. Well, with stock market, buying shares, it is very common and you can buy in smaller quantity and smaller value also. But I highly say it's a very high risk. So only if you understand which share to buy, you understand finance, you understand companies, then only you should go and buy directly shares. Otherwise, you should always invest in mutual fund SIPs that can start with smaller value of 100 also. And last, most importantly, you should always invest on yourself. You today attending this webinar, even if you had to spend 100 rupees for attending this webinar, you should always spend. And that is where you are always upskilling yourself and you're investing towards your growth. Now, this is a very important aspect. I'm not going to take much time, but this is very important for you all to know. If ever you have your spendings more than your income, You want to have expensive spends that your income, daily income cannot allow you to do. You can always take credit or loan that is offered by different banks. And why this is important? Because at some point of time, you will have a financial goal of having a house of yours. You will have a financial goal of buying a car of your own. And such time, such high spend, you cannot make from your daily or monthly income. You will have to take loan and pay interest and pay EMI on a regular basis. But suddenly, if you go to a bank and ask for a loan, no bank is going to give you. So you need to start building your credit score. So every bank gives loan only if you have a good credit score. So your credit score is nothing but your regular capability of repaying the debt or repaying the credit that you're taking from the banks. And the best way to start early in your age is by taking a credit card. A credit card is not a free money. Please understand. Credit card is not a free money. Credit card only allows you to spend first and then pay for it later. So make sure that taking a credit card also comes with a responsibility that you should always keep paying the bills of the credit card so that your credit score improves, and eventually tomorrow going forward, if whenever you want to buy a house or a car, this will help you. Now, most importantly, if I have to ask you what is your financial goal, well, let's understand. Financial goal cannot be, buying a big house in front of the sea or buying a very expensive BMW car or, no, that is not financial goal. The real financial goal is escaping the rat race. Now, what do I mean by rat race? Rat race is nothing but your daily cycle of earning income, spending income, and again earning income, spending income. Well, how long are you going to do this? If you really want to retire early, you want to have a financial freedom early, you need to start building your passive income. Passive income is nothing but income that you make even when you're sleeping. So if you invest your money at right places, you will be able to earn passive income. And by earning good passive income, your dependency will go away from your active income, that is the income from the job that you do. So your goal should be to have passive income to cover that 80% of your expenses, and that's when you will actually achieve the financial freedom. Well, lastly, it's all about the habits that you need to have. So the 5 financial habits that you need to start today is: track your expenses. You cannot plan unless you know what are your needs, what are your wants. So track your expenses for 7 days, identify your needs and want. Save first and then spend on your needs and wants. So put aside your 20% and then spend your 80%. Invest, start with small SIPs. Invest now. And fourth, read about one financial concept every week. And fifth, avoid impulsive purchase or spending. Think again, the 30-second rule. Do you actually want to spend that? And with this, it's only that I have to say, you don't become a leader when you get a position. You actually become a leader when you take a responsibility. And money is the first responsibility of adulthood. So if you actually start responsibly start managing your money, that's when you will become a true leader. So your financial journey starts with this single decision. So make it today. Thank you. I'm happy to take questions.
Thank you so much, Akshay. The forum is now open for questions. You can either ask him in the chat, or there is a Q&A option. You can ask even there, or you can unmute and ask the question.
Well, I understand it's 20 minutes is a very short time to learn about finance and everything, but you should, I'm happy to, respond to your queries and everything, but learn. So Jeet has written where to get financial advice weekly. Well, I would say you don't need an advice on a weekly basis. You need financial planning. You need to know what is your 80% spend that you need to make on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. But if you want a right advice, first see if in your friend circle you have someone you know, who is qualified financial planner or a wealth manager who can guide you, or someone who having a background of finance and accounts. Make sure first you take their advice because they are more suitable to know you and they can advise you better. If not, there are many other paid platforms where you can always understand more about it. Should we opt more for equity or mutual funds? Well, it's an interesting question. Understand you have, say, 500 rupees, 500 to invest into equity. Now that 500, you can max to max invest in one share or two share or three share maximum. But when you put that 500 in a mutual fund, that mutual fund is investing your 500 across 20 companies, 30 companies. So your risk is always diversified when you're putting money in mutual fund, and especially when you're having a smaller money to invest. So I would always suggest mutual fund is more safer than investing directly in equity. Any suggestions to follow peers over social media and internet to be updated with financial planning and understanding? Are stocks better? So I have already answered. Mutual funds at early stage are more better and less risky than investing directly in stocks. So I would always recommend to start with mutual fund and then slowly go to buying stocks directly. And following peers, I would say first understand what do you want. Understand what kind of a financial advice do you want. You want options for investing in mutual fund, or you want options on how to save money accordingly, or you want to know how you can utilize your credit card and build your credit score. Understand what you want and accordingly look for the influencers or look for the right people on social media.
I guess that's it, I hope.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Akshay, for coming here and talking about financial literacy. It really has left a mark on all of us. Um, we would like to present with a token of appreciation. Can you please share the screen?
Yeah, sure.
Well, thank you so much for having me here and for this wonderful gratitude and a memento. Thank you so much to Leo Club of Panvel and all the two other clubs for taking up this wonderful initiative. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you so much, Akshay. Now let's move ahead with this webinar. Now for the final speaker, we have Mr. Shehan Kumar, and he is one of the past multiple district presidents from Sri Lanka. But he's going to talk about flowers can kill you. Your actions have consequences. Your decisions have consequences. So, but before we start, I would like to call upon Leo Imandi to give a brief introduction about our speaker today.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Mr. Shahan Kumar is a past multiple district president, a Leo of the Year award winner, and an accomplished branding and marketing communications consultant. He is also a well-known quizmaster, corporate trainer, and the recipient of the Outstanding Young Persons of Sri Lanka Award, which recognizes his exceptional contributions to leadership and youth development. His work has continuously shaped the Leo movement, empowering young leaders through mentorship, strategic planning, and a deep commitment to service. Today, he joins us to deliver a thought provoking session titled Flowers Can Kill You. Your actions have consequences, reminding us that every decision we make carries weight and has an impact. It's with great honor I invite Mr. Shahan Kumar to address the gathering with insightful words.
Okay, thank you so much for that introduction. I hope I am audible.
Yes, you are, sir.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Leo Club of IIT, the Leo Club of Panvel, and the Leo Club of Egerton University for inviting me to speak this evening. I'm sorry, it could be afternoon somewhere in Kenya or wherever you are in the world. It's a very rainy and very windy day in Colombo in Sri Lanka today. So hope everyone is safe and secure in your homes right now. So Senut, who is the president of the Leo Club of IIT, didn't allow me any any leeway. So I am his lecturer as well at the university. So he didn't. He was constantly following up with me to make sure that I take part in this webinar today, and I'm very grateful. I'm always grateful to be able to speak with Leos, because who I am today in the corporate world, who I am today in Sri Lanka, is because of the things that I have learned through Leoism. Uh, I will share my screen right now. I will have a small presentation. I will talk about a very famous person, someone who's very who's one of my favorite people in history. If Shehan Kumar speaks somewhere, 90% of the time I will talk about him, right? So if there are here students of mine here at IIT, from IIT, please excuse me, because you might have heard this story that I am about to share right now. Okay, so let me share my screen right now. Okay, right. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Yes, the screen is visible.
Right. All right. So I'm going to ask a few questions right now. If you know the answer, please do unmute and answer. Who is this person? Now, those who have been in my sessions, like Sinut, need not answer. But do you all know who this person is? Anyone? You can unmute and speak. All right. So his name is Alfred Nobel, right? I'm sure every one of you here would have heard the name Alfred Nobel. What comes to your head when you hear the name Nobel? What comes to your head when you hear the word Nobel? Yes, correct, Jeet. Thank you very much. The first thing that comes to your head when you hear the word Nobel is the Nobel Prize. Alfred Nobel was the founder of the Nobel Prize. But do you know that Alfred Nobel is also famous for something else? What else is Alfred Nobel famous for? Do you all know that? Anyone? Let's see. Right. Alfred Nobel is the founder of the Nobel Prize. He is also the person who invented dynamite, right? Alfred Nobel invented dynamite and also another explosive called gelignite. Alfred Nobel became one of the richest people in the world by inventing dynamite. He sold dynamite to large construction companies to blast away mountains, to build tunnels, to build bridges, he became one of the richest people in the world. But although his primary objective was to use dynamite for the benefit of human beings, people were using dynamite to kill other people, right? People were buying dynamite from Alfred Nobel to fight wars and win battles and kill other people. But Alfred Nobel was one of the richest people in the world. Alfred Nobel had several brothers. One brother one day was discovering or developing dynamite in the laboratory. It exploded and one of his brothers died. Alfred Nobel had another brother called Ludwig Nobel. Now, Ludwig Nobel was also one of the richest people in the world, but from the oil business. Right? Alfred Nobel became rich by selling dynamite, but Ludwig Nobel, Alfred Nobel's brother, became rich by selling oil. Right? One day, Alfred Nobel's brother, Ludwig Nobel, goes on a trip to a place called Cannes in France. Have you heard of Cannes in France? Cannes is very famous for the Cannes Film Festival. If you have watched the movie called Mr. Bean Goes on Holiday, you would see Mr. Bean along with a little boy and a young girl who's an aspiring actress. They come to Cannes for this film festival. So Ludwig Nobel, Alfred Nobel's brother, one day goes to Cannes and he dies there, probably of a heart attack, right? Now, technology wasn't improved at that time. A rumor spread in France and in Cannes that Alfred Nobel had passed away because Alfred Nobel was the more famous of the two brothers. A French newspaper, which wanted to break the news of Alfred Nobel's death, now they thought Alfred Nobel had died when actually his brother Ludwig had died. They published an obituary of Alfred Nobel. This was the obituary. The merchant of death is dead. Dr. Alfred Nobel, who became rich by finding ways to kill more people faster than ever before, died yesterday. The merchant of death is dead. Dr. Alfred Nobel, who became rich by finding ways to kill more people faster than ever before, died yesterday. When Alfred Nobel saw this, he was shocked. He thought, man, if I die today, people are going to remember me as the merchant of death. Would you want to be remembered for something negative like that? I don't think so, right? That day, Alfred Nobel decided to change his life. He wanted to change his legacy. Now, his legacy is what people would remember him after his death. So he was very rich, didn't have kids, wasn't married. So he used his enormous wealth to start the Alfred Nobel Foundation. And now, every year since 1905, Nobel Prizes are awarded to those people in the world who made a significant change under 6 categories: physics, chemistry, literature, medicine, economics, and the most famous prize, as Jeet said right now, the Nobel Peace Prize. So isn't it strange that the person who was known as the merchant of death is now known for the Peace Prize? All because of a mistakenly published obituary. Alfred Nobel was fortunate enough to see his obituary before he died, and that helped him to change his legacy on how people were going to remember him for all eternity. Alfred Nobel's turning point was the day he saw this newspaper obituary. What is your turning point in life? I do not know, right? I don't know this evening what your turning point is going to be, right? But I want to ask you, and I want to tell you one thing, which is the topic of my session today. While we are free to choose our actions, we are not free to choose the consequences of our actions. While we are free to choose our actions, we are not free to choose the consequences of our actions. Let that sink into you, right? My friends, you are young, right? You are young. You have the whole world in front of you. You are, students. You are Leos. You have so much of talent, right? But one thing that you need to remember is your actions. Whatever you choose to do today will have consequences. When Alfred Nobel invented dynamite, he didn't invent dynamite, for people to kill each other. But what he didn't, cater was, he didn't understand was the decision that he made to invent dynamite had very drastic consequences. Later on in his life, he tried to change that, but he could not. Right? So now let me stop sharing. And okay, now I tell you a little bit of a small story which also complements my topic today. In 2003, uh, I was the Leo district president of District 306A in Sri Lanka. At that time in Sri Lanka, there were only 3 Leo districts. Now there are 12 Leo districts, right? So I was the district president of the Leo District 306A. My girlfriend at that time, who is now my wife, was the club president of the Leo Club of Colombo host, right? The Leo Club of Colombo host is Sri Lanka's longest standing Leo club. It was formed in 1969. So I was the district president. My girlfriend was the Leo Club president. Now, according to district protocol, at every major club event, if the district president is taking part, the district president is the chief guest, right? So I, being the district president, whenever my girlfriend invited me for Leo Club events or functions, I had to go as the chief guest, right? So once, this was in 2003, she organized an art exhibition called Avyaja. Avyaja in Sinhalese means candid. So what we did was we got down uh, young children from very far away from the rural parts of Sri Lanka, and we got them down to Colombo, our main city. We had an art exhibition called Avyaja, right? So my girlfriend organized this as the Leo Club president. Now you might be the district president, you might be the multiple president, you might be the president of this country. But if your girlfriend or wife tells you something to do, you're the driver, the peon, the check collector, you have to do everything, right? So even though I was the district president and the chief guest, because of the fact my girlfriend was organizing this event, I had to go there early to help her set up the exhibition. So I was there from about 6 a.m. in the morning. The exhibition was supposed to start at 8 a.m. And so I was the chief guest, being the district president. The guest of honor was the deputy high commissioner's wife uh, from the Netherlands High Commission, right? So Shehan Kumar, the district president, was the chief guest. The Netherlands High Commissioner's wife for Sri Lanka was the guest of honor. So I was helping her arrange stuff. There were some other Leos also. At about 7:30, now this is half an hour before the event started, Dashanti, my girlfriend, now wife, I'm very liberally calling her my girlfriend because she's my wife right now and she might be hearing what I'm saying now. Okay. So she, at about 7:30, she comes running to me and saying, Shehan, Imran is not here. Shehan, Imran is not here. I said, so what? Right? Imran usually comes late for everything. Right? He said, no, Imran is supposed to bring flowers to welcome the chief guest and the guest of honor. Now the time was about 7:40, right? Now the event starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. Imran, who was supposed to bring the flowers to welcome the chief guest, me, and the guest of honor, hasn't come yet. So my girlfriend Dashanti said, "Can you call Imran?" So I called Imran. I said, "Imran." The phone was ringing. Not he wasn't answering. Right? So I called a couple of times and I asked, "Imran, where are you?" Imran answered in a very sleepy voice. Imran said, Masang, hi, how are you? Good morning. I said, Imran, it's 7:40. The event is starting. Where are you? Imran had just woken up, right? Imran said, don't worry, Machang. I will be there. Give me about half an hour. I said, no, you can't take half an hour. The event is starting in 20 minutes. I was so angry. I cut the line. Right? I cut the line. I told Dashanti, Imran just woke up. There's no way he's going to be here by 8 o'clock. I will go and get you the flowers. Right? So now I had a motorbike. So I got onto the motorbike. I was so angry and annoyed with Imran. I got onto the motorbike and I told Dashanti, who was the president of the club, and my girlfriend, I said, I will go get the flowers. I got onto the motorbike and I rode the bike at about 60 kilometers an hour in Colombo. It was a very small motorbike. Uh, and I was going to bring flowers to welcome me, the chief guest, and the guest of honor. There was a pothole on the road. Now this is a main road in Colombo, right? But there was a pothole, and I was riding the bike at about 60 kilometers an hour. I didn't see the pothole. My bike, the front wheel of the bike hit the pothole. I flew over the handlebar and I knocked my chin on the road. Right? I knocked my chin on the road. I felt, a searing pain on my face. I saw some white pieces flying away. I knew I had lost a couple of my teeth. Uh, blood was flowing everywhere. I took my handkerchief and I kept it here because this part was coming out, right? I kept my handkerchief here, and I was lucky that there was a street vendor who pulled me to the side of the road because there were buses going at breakneck speed on that road. So they pulled me and they put me into an auto rickshaw, a tuk-tuk. That's what they call it in Sri Lanka. And they wanted to send me to the hospital. I said, no, I can't go to the hospital. I need to go and tell my girlfriend that I am injured. Right now my phone was also broken. I have no way of telling Dashanti that I was injured. So I kept my handkerchief like this because this part was hanging down like this. So I kept my handkerchief like this and I went to the event venue. And once Dashanti saw me, she got really panicky and jittery. She fainted as well. And the guest of honor had already arrived. And then she saw this. She was very kind. She called her driver and told the driver to take me to the hospital in her own vehicle. Right. So I was taken to the hospital, and to make a long story short, I have 9 stitches here on my chin. I have 2 stitches here on my upper lip, and I have 2 broken front teeth, right? Because of that motorbike accident. My friends, I could have died on the streets that morning, right? I could have died. I could have died because Imran forgot to wake up and bring the flowers. I want to tell you, right? Being a Leo, your leaders, your project chairman will ask you to do very simple things. Sometimes it might be to, do the welcome address. Sometimes it could be to do the vote of thanks. Sometimes it might be to welcome someone. Sometimes it might be to get some flowers. What I want to tell you is your actions have consequences. It might be the smallest task that is assigned to you, but if you do not do that small task, it could result, in a very bad injury to someone. it can have a drastic effect on other person's lives. Today, Imran and I are very good friends. He was actually the best man for my wedding as well. He was a Leo Club treasurer at that time. But Imran didn't do a simple thing. So, my message to you this evening is, please, if someone gives you something, don't fudge. Right? If you can't do it, please tell it in advance so that they can plan ahead. If not, it could result in very drastic consequences. Your actions or inactions have consequences. Flowers are beautiful, flowers smell nice, but my friends, flowers can also kill you. That is my topic for this evening, and that is my message for you. Your actions or inactions will have consequences. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Uh, I love to talk to Leos because who I am today, right now in this world, whatever I'm doing, is because of the things I learned through Leoism. I owe almost all the successes in my life to the things I learned through Leoism. Thank you so much once again to the Leo Clubs of IIT, Panvel, and Egerton University. I hope I made sense today with my short message. I hope you learned something new, and I hope you remember that flowers can kill you. Take care. God bless you.
Thank you so much. This session it just left a smile on my face. When we first heard about the topic, flowers can kill you, it made us think in all possible directions that what it can be about, but now we know that what it was about. So thank you so much. We would like to open if anyone has any questions. We would like to open the chat. You can ask those questions in the chat or in the Q&A segment, or you can just unmute yourself and ask the question. Well, but I do have a question.
Yes.
Oh, I heard that you had an accident at that point. Did Imran come and meet you in the hospital?
Imran actually came home. So now, after the accident, my bike was on the side of the road. My motorbike was, it was in pieces, in tatters. So actually, Imran, he was feeling very guilty, obviously, right? So he actually, he is the one who brought the bike home. He dragged it along. One of our other friends dragged it along his car, and he towed it. So Imran Imran actually brought the bike home. Yeah, he was feeling very guilty, but what to do, right? He didn't mean it, but Imran is Imran. Imran was Imran, right?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. We would like to present with a token of appreciation from our side. Senut, can you please share the screen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yes, taking a picture. Yes, great, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Shehan, for coming here and talking about how flowers can kill us. I'm sure nobody would ever forget getting garlands of flowers or doing any small thing that has been given to them as a work. Thank you so much. Now
Thank you very much.
this brings us to our last segment, that is cultural crossroads. I would request our speakers. It is a short Q&A session, a fun segment. If you can just turn on your videos, just a second. Yeah, so Rogers, if you can just turn, we have just one small few questions from the Leos for you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So the first question being that one phrase or one word from your language that you use a lot, and what does it mean?
Sorry, please repeat.
The question is that one phrase or one word that you use a lot from your language, and what does it mean? Like in Hindi, we usually say "Arey bhai." So "bhai" means brother. It's an emotion, and it's something that I actually use a lot. Ki "Arey bhai, will you please do this? Arey bhai, where are you?" So one phrase or like one word that you use a lot from your language, and what does it mean? Rogers, I think you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I was on mute. I was saying one word that I normally use a lot is mkuu. Mkuu means like it's a name of a prominent person, let's say a big person, but I think I've used it quite a lot that it has lost its meaning according to me. Like I normally call everybody like mkuu, meaning that a big person, chief, an elder, something of sort.
Oh.
So yeah.
Great. And Mr. Shehan, what about you? A word that you use so frequently in your language, and what does it mean?
Okay, so something that I use very frequently is it's a saying that I saw written on the back of a tuk-tuk or an auto rickshaw, right? It said, life is not patta without katta, right? Patta means good, katta means suffering, right? So
Oh,
life is not patta without katta, right? So if you want your life to be good, you have to endure a bit of suffering as well. So that is something that I really love it. It's like my motto now. It's even on my WhatsApp status. One day, if ever I get a tattoo done, my tattoo will also say, life is not patta without katta.
lovely. As we were talking about everyone's linguistic journey and how it has shaped us into the futures or into the leaders of tomorrow, is there any one particular moment that you can remember that was a turning point in your life as a Leo or even as a person? Of course, apart from flowers killing you.
I think the day that I joined the Leo movement was the day that my life changed, because I was an introvert. I could never come forward and speak. And I was a good writer in school. I was the secretary of almost all the clubs and societies in school, but I was never a president or a vice president because I could never come forward and speak. But after I joined the Leo movement, I was able to, I had the English knowledge in my head, but I just couldn't come forward and speak. So when I joined our club, we had only four members: the president, secretary, treasurer, and Shehan Kumar, right? So no, I knew I had a problem. I knew I couldn't come forward and speak, and I knew that I had to come out of this problem. So uh, joining a club with very few members really helped me, because whenever the president asked, who can do the welcome address, I would say, give it to me, give it to me. If the president or anyone asks, who will do the welcome, who will do the introduction of the chief guest, I said, give it to me. Who will do the vote of thanks, give it to me, because I knew I had a problem. I had to come out of that problem. I had the English knowledge in my head, but I just couldn't come forward and speak. It was very painful at the start. I couldn't speak one sentence without any mistake. But after doing it several times, I was able to, really open up, and my vocabulary improved. So who I am today, I am a corporate trainer, I am a lecturer, I am a quiz master. I earn money by talking, right? So everything that I am today, I owe it to Leoism, because if not for Leoism, I wouldn't be able to come forward and speak.
Wonderful. I think that's everyone's story that if we are able to talk confidently, it's because of Leo. Rogers, your turning moment or your turning point in Leoism? Uh, Rogers, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know why it keeps on muting itself. So my turning moment in Newism, that is the question, I believe so, right? Hello?
Hello. Yeah, can you just repeat it once?
I don't know if just a minute. So repeat the question once again. I'm having internet issues on my end.
Oh, the question was, what is your one turning moment in Leo that changed your life completely?
Okay, so what I can be able to say is my turning moment in Newism is my first time ever to be a Leo when I used to be in ZTech University. That is my first Leo club. I'm currently in the Leo Club of Nairobi Riverside. So ZTech used to be a school-based. So I used to be a student leader in school. I never knew about Leoism until a friend of mine also used to kept on telling me that come and join Leoism, come and join Leoism. I said, since he has been so persistent, let me be able to join this one more time. So there was, I remember it was around 5th of December, which is normally the International Leo Day. So I decided to join the activities of the district that day, and then we went to our headquarters we have the Lions headquarters here in Kenya, Loresho. I joined that activity. And then that was my turning moment because I saw different people of ethnic groups. I saw different people from different tribes. I saw the Indians. I saw the different people, Asians. So I knew at least this thing is a combined mixture and race, and it was something very good. So that was my turning moment, and from there I decided to stick around and be a Leo. So yes, here I am.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Rogers. Let now it's an end to this wonderful Global Leo Leadathon webinar 2. Before we go ahead with vote of thanks, can we have a group photo, please? If people who can turn on their cameras, please turn on the cameras. We'll have a quick group photo followed by vote of thanks by club secretaries. Hello, Abhinav. Hello, Senot. Hi, Dhruv. Hi, Dhruv. Before we start, I would, Senot, can you just take, hello, hi, Jose. Uh, can we just smile for the picture? Wonderful, wonderful. Senot, is it photo taken? Have you taken the picture?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, great, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And now I would like to call upon Leo Aryan for vote of thanks.
Yeah, hello. Hi. A very good
Just
evening
a
to everyone
second,
present here.
Aryan, just 1 second. Before that, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Vice District President, Leo and Mukund Kaur. He was one of the speakers in our previous Global Leadathon session. Hi, Mukund, are you there?
Hi, Arushi. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
would really appreciate and acknowledge things are going really nice. Globally, leadathon right from the first webinar to second. I can see amazing speakers, and I feel it is. I would love to be more in the audience to listen to these amazing people. All the three speakers today were really best at what they delivered. Congratulations to all the three clubs and the international twinning. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Mukund. Thank you. Aryan, are you there?
Yes, yes. A very good evening to everyone present here. I am Leo Aryan Patil, Joint Secretary of Leo Club of Panvel. On behalf of the organizing team of Global Leo Leadathon, it is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks for today's truly enriching sessions. First and foremost, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Leo Lion C. Akshal Adge, IPDP Multiple 3231. for his inspiring session on financial literacy as a leadership tool. Your guidance on empowering youth with financial awareness across borders has given our Leos from India, Kenya, Sri Lanka, and Maldives a strong foundation to lead with responsibility, clarity, and confidence. Thank you for reminding us that true leadership also means being financially informed and future ready. A sincere thank you to Leo Stenio Rogers Mayweather, District President, Leo District 411A, for your powerful session on mastering the art of delegation. You have beautifully highlighted how delegation is not just an act, but an essential leadership skill. Your insight have equipped our young Leos with mindset to trust, empower, and collaborate, skills that will strengthen every club and every leader represented here today. Our deep appreciation also goes to Leo Shehan Kumar, PMDB Sri Lanka and Maldives, for your impactful session on how every action carries consequences. Your words were a reminder that leadership is built on not just on decisions, but on responsibility and integrity. This message is especially meaningful for the youth present with us who are shaping the future of our communities. Finally, to all participants joining from India, Kenya, Sri Lanka, and Maldives, thank you for your enthusiasm and commitment. Your energy keeps the initiative alive and growing. With that, we officially conclude today's session.
Thank you so much, Aryan. Now I'd like to call Leo Devmi, Secretary of Leo Club of IIT Sri Lanka, and Leo Faith, Secretary of Leo Club of Egerton, for their vote of thanks.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Hello, everyone. I'm Demita Arunya, the Secretary of the Leo Club of IIT. And on behalf of the Leo Club of IIT, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all our distinguished speakers for taking the time to share their insights and valuable knowledge with us today. Each of you provided a unique perspective that enriched Global Leo Leadathon Episode 2 and inspired every participant present. And I would like to also thank you, our collaborating clubs, the Leo Club of Panvel and the Leo Club of Egerton, for your continued support. And we appreciate all the participants for joining us with such enthusiasm. Thank you once again. Let's empower each other and enjoy this moment together. Thank you.
Thank you, Devmi. Is Faith here? Okay, no problem. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Shehan. Thank you so much, Leo Rogers, for being our speakers for Global Leo Leadathon 2.0. It was really amazing. It was really amazing listening to all of you, and thank you all of you who are still here for this Global Leo Leadathon. Again, thank you so much. Let's meet you again for Global Leo Leadathon 3.0, and I guess with this Leadathon, I'll be done with my world tour. So thank you so much, and good night.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
Good night.
you. Good night. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.